G'day. Today I'll be ranting about the F1 fan base and how they are not the worst, but they are a very bad fan base, which are very annoying. Of course, before I go on, I would just like to disclose my biases, because you should always disclose your bias unless you are creating a piece that you want to convince people on a different argument. And I'm not going to change anyone's minds with this video, as it is a rant, so I am biased towards Nikita Mazepin. I reckon he's a very good driver and I quite like him. And I'm also biased towards Rich Energy. So starting out with Rich Energy, which was a company which wanted to get its name known in F1. So, because F1, lots of people watch it, and high-end people. Of course, a lot of people in the catering business and stuff. So, if they sponsor a underdog team who seems to be on the upswing, so they could get their name known to the right people, get brand image awareness, so people recognise them when they're going in the bar, because they're rich. So they do that. There's only one teensy tiny problem. As soon as they go into F1, people don't recognise them, because they're a new brand and they're catering to a niche audience. So, what do these people do? I don't know. You would think that, oh yeah, they were like, oh cool, Rich Energy. I never knew about Rich Energy. But no, they instantly start accusing Rich Energy of being a money laundering scheme. Cause of course they do. And someone on Reddit got a hold of the can, which many people at this point are still saying that Rich Energy fake and they don't have actual cans, and some people still say that. So someone gets a hold of a can, tastes it, they say it tastes like Red Bull, so now people are saying Rich Energy's just repackaged Red Bull. It's not. It doesn't taste the same. I've tasted it a little bit, to be honest, but still, it tastes nothing like Red Bull. Okay, it tastes like Red Bull, but it's a Coke Pepsi difference. And a lot of people can't tell the difference between Coke and Pepsi. Rich Energy tastes more like alcohol, tastes more fancy and stuff. Meanwhile, Red Bull tastes more like drink you drink for cool energy. So I would put Rich Energy on the Coke end and Red Bull on the not the Rich Energy, Pepsi side. So you've got that argument out of the way. F1 fan base unfairly targeting Rich Energy, causing them to flee the sport, as it was clearly a waste of time and money, as the only press they were getting was bad press. So now let's go on to another matter I find very, very annoying about the F1 fan base. The We Race at One campaign, everyone just thought it as a stupid thing that is supposed to do nothing. So basically what Bernie Ecclestone said, which everyone denounced him for. So F1, except Saudi Arabia, who actually seems like they're doing a job to modernise. Boom! We Races was bullshit. F1 did it for money. They always have been. So right now, Bernie, Big Bad Bernie, currently seems like just as good of an option as Liberty Media. But also remember, F1 was, I think it was brought out with a leverage buyout, which means they need to get money fast. Because if you don't know what a leverage buyout is, well, just watch Company Man's videos. Basically led to the destruction of several companies, including Toys R Us. Although I'm pretty sure Toys R Us was murdered by Toy World. So now on to the final issue. Nikita Mazepin. We say no to Mazepin. Well, I've got nothing to describe this campaign as absolute bollocks. So let's start out with the first claim. He's a paid driver. Of course, he's a paid driver since Haas need the money because that Rich Energy sponsorship fell through because everyone was hating on Rich Energy. So you've got no one to blame but yourself. Next, there's better talent like Isla. Isla is a few years older, I'm pretty sure, than Mazepin. He doesn't bring in the money, and he had the chance to win the title. He really needed to win the title in order to get his seat. Yes, he could have won when they signed Mick Schumacher, but that was still a mathematical chance. He needed to be thoroughly in the leader. And let's not forget, he had all the chances to win the F2 title with Robert Schwartzman, who is doing a pretty good battling with Robert Schwartzman. Commendable effort. But then Robert Schwartzman has a bad qualifying, unreliability issues. So this is the perfect time for Callum Isla to get good results and to nail himself as the clear favourite for the championship. Of course, Mick Schumacher started doing very well, but if you're F1 quality, then you should have been able to withhold Mick Schumacher as Robert Schwartzman was able to do at the start of the season and probably would have done if he didn't have those unlucky moments. So eventually he loses the title, it's his fault, but that's perfectly commendable. He's still a good driver, and Ferrari signed him as a test driver, which is, I reckon, a good step. I mean, Ferrari test driver role has led to some good results. You have to look no further than Daniel Kvyat, who was signed when it was dropped by Toro Rosso initially. Now we have to go to the main issue. I've been putting this off because I only want people who are thoroughly engaged in this video to hear this before they just discount the whole video. And to that I say, well, of course, no one is saying it was the right thing, but I think people have overreacted. I know that sounds controversial, but it's not very hard to overreact. It seems like what's happened is Mazepin has not known that it was wrong. And while that may sound unbelievable, when you consider that his dad's a billionaire, very big billionaire, and you have to look no further than Donald Trump, who we all know the infamous comments on the bus. So yeah, when you get a rich kid who needs to be told what he can and can't say mid-interview, no, look it up, he's like questioning what he isn't allowed to say. I'm not even joking. So he has his own social media and he posts something that he doesn't know is wrong, presumably, because he's a billionaire who, if he wants to play who doesn't play video games because he can just play Call of Duty in his backyard because he's that rich. It seems believable, but that he may not know how to act. Of course, I'm beating around the bush because you all know the story, but so I think the right method of dealing with this is what there seems to have been done. Just talk to him behind closed door, ban him for social media so this stuff doesn't happen, which seems to have been done. Tell him what he is okay and not okay to do, and that's it. And as a little bonus thing for you sticking around, I'll tell you that Rich Energy has repeated itself. How? Well, if you don't know, Nikita Mazepin's dad, big billionaire, owns like a really big, well, not really big, petrochemical business. Produces chemical and stuff. And Ineos, I'm pretty sure they make chemicals and stuff. So, of course, in 2019, I think. This year's been a very long time. You had the big bad Red Bull up against the underdogs, Rich Asian, as they would like you to believe. And they kept on jumping on every opportunity to say they're better than Red Bull. Of course, we all know that. They're not better than Red Bull. In F1, that Haas is not better than Red Bull. Of course, Rich Asian is a more premium brand, and Red Bull's a consumer brand. So, if anything, it's Red Bull's for the people, meanwhile Rich Asian is for the rich elite, but they'll try to make it seem like they're underdogs. Mainly because they thought they'd get cheap sponsorship. So, we all know what happened in that, and if you're complaining about how this is so not to the point, well, it's a rant. The whole point is that it's unscripted, and someone complaining about what they're annoyed about, and that you rant on about stuff. So, you knew what you were getting into when you got this video. Well, you know where I'm jumping on to. Rich Energy versus Red Bull, whatever company Dimitri Mazepin owns, versus Ineos. So history repeats itself, and James Hunt did much worse than Mazepin. So I can't think of anything else to rant about, so that is all.